Located beneath the castle of Versinhaza.
Theater of Blood, a demanding team challenge that is sure to put your skills through a formidable test.
But do not let that scare you away from this content, as it does with most, as I certainly enjoyed playing with friends and learning the interesting mechanics TOB has to offer. TOB doesn't necessarily require the high-end gear expected to complete the raid.
Hello, fat ass!
Elite Void is definitely worth the grind if you want to save some extra money. Simple items like the whip, blowpipe, and crystal halberd can go a long way on a budget. If you can't afford some of the items I am wearing, you can get away with a toxic trident, dragon boots, and dragon defender. If you are learning entry mode with friends, I recommend trying to complete the combat tasks at the same time. You will have a blast and it will help you learn the raid much quicker. The Nihilakis room is one of my favorites, probably because it's so simple. 3 spiders, 3 colors, 3 combat styles, what can go wrong? The first Nihilakis room becomes more fun as the waves get increasingly more overwhelming. Change protection prayers, change gear, attack. The Nihilo boss is very straightforward. Sodetsei can be quite a tough boss. It's hard to see his attacks coming, and poor team coordination will be detrimental. His maze room has to be one of the most unique mechanics in all of RuneScape's raids. You will likely die a few extra times learning this puzzle, and unfortunately, you will likely kill your teammates if you have to lead them across the tiles for your first time. This is why practicing entry mode is essential before attempting this raid. Stand on the glowing skeletons, don't stand on the poison, and during his last phase, don't attack him when he's looking at you. Zarpus is pretty easy, just try not to paint a Picasso with the poison. This obese spider lady is not one you want to run into at the McDonald's drive-thru. Verzik is a very challenging boss that takes multiple attempts just to get to the last phase. P1 is usually not a problem, P2 is where it really gets tricky. The method to avoid Verzik's bounce damage can be tedious to learn, so don't be discouraged if you're walking all over the room taking damage like myself. You'll get the hang of it fast.
That was brutal!
I recommend purposely dying in this room on entry mode just to repeat Verzik over a few times. This way you can practice just Verzik and won't be required to fight the other bosses again. After completing all the entry mode achievements, it was time to attempt the normal difficulty. Things went quite well after a few tries, and getting to Verzik was not a problem. The players filling the mage role, who will be in charge of freezing the red spiders, cannot make any mistakes. Once the spiders reach Maiden, she heals double the remaining spider's health and increased magic damage. Walking on her puddles of blood will also heal her.
Wow, incredible!
Bloat, in theory, is a simple room, but if you let yourself get distracted, he can quickly squish you and your team. Nihilo room is similar difficulty to entry mode, just don't slack around killing the little spiders in the beginning and focus on your prayer protections first during the boss fight. If you practice a good amount of entry mode, this boss shouldn't be very hard.
Race to the finish!
You just have to prayer swap a little faster and move a bit quicker during the maze.
Uh-oh.
Nothing new at regular Zarpus, just stay calm, keep your poison trail organized, and for the love of Guthix, don't attack him when he looks at you. Unfortunately, myself or someone in my team would plank right before we're about to kill Verzik. It takes great skill to carry this room after a team member has fallen, and it becomes almost impossible if you allow Verzik to heal when you run into the purple tornadoes. Hopefully you are able to find a good team to carry you while you learn the basics. Have patience, and you will notice your skills improve. Although this is one of the most challenging pieces of content in RuneScape, Theater of Blood is more intuitive than most people think. This was the most fun I have ever had learning a new raid. I just wish I wasn't so afraid to attempt it after all these years. Anyways, back to the wilderness. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.